Charles woke up the next day in the hospital feeling dizzy. His head was aching, but that was the least of his worries. He needed to get out of the hospital immediately to find ways to recover his app files. All the while, he did not notice that his girlfriend Judith was beside him. As he tried to force himself out of the bed, Judith stopped him. "Charles, calm down. You need rest. Everything will be alright," Judith said. Out of frustration, Charles shouted at her, "How can everything be alright when I'm about to lose everything I worked so hard to build? I've been working on this app for over 6 months, you know it. I have to leave this place right now." Charles struggled to get out of the bed, forcefully removing the drip that was administered to him. Out of fear, his girlfriend Judith shouted, "Doctor! Doctor! Doctor!" Seconds later, nurses and a doctor entered swiftly and began forcing him back into the bed. "Young man, you need some rest," the doctor said soothingly as he coaxed him to calm down and sleep. "Doctor, how can I rest when I have a presentation to make this evening and the file is missing? I'm about to lose everything," Charles cried, sweating profusely. "I must leave now, doctor," he insisted, trying to force himself out again. But Judith shouted, "Charles, the time for the presentation has passed. This is Tuesday, not Monday." He was supposed to make the presentation on Monday, but had been in the hospital bed for over 24 hours. "Oh my God, are you saying I've lost everything, Judith? Are you saying that I've lost $30,000 just like that? I will kill myself. I can't bear this." As he struggled and cried profusely, attempting to harm himself, Judith regretted letting him know. She felt very sorry for him. Charles has been a very hardworking and visionary young man. He has been striving so hard to break the cycle of poverty in his family. Coming from a poor background, he had vowed never to end up poor. She knew how he labored in the street of Lagos to save money for programming training at Heroic Online Academy. After all those sleepless nights learning programming and many months scouting for jobs on various freelancing websites for online gigs, he finally secured this one. After months of toil and brain-cracking effort to build the app, he lost everything on the very day his effort was supposed to be rewarded. She broke down and cried for him. Eventually, Charles calmed down. The doctor examined him and instructed the nurse to keep an eye on him. Lying helplessly and staring at the hospital ceiling, Charles recounted everything that had happened, leading to his painful loss. His dream of leaving the impoverished neighborhood, his dream of sending money to his poor, sick mother, his dream of moving to the next level, were destroyed in a twinkling of an eye. How can the app have been working for 6 months vanish on the day of the presentation? This is not ordinary. It might be spiritual. Yes, this is a spiritual attack. It hits him like a bombshell. He realized he has not been taking his spiritual life seriously for over 2 years in Lagos. He had not attended any church, nor prayed fervently like he used to with his family back in Anambra State. His life had been revolving around work, working hard to survive and excel. It seems hard work without God is fruitless, he thought pensively. But Elon Musk and many other tech billionaires don't give a damn about God, but they are still immensely rich. Will my situation be different? My destiny is probably unique. He was deep in thought. After hours of reflection, he resolved to pray with humility, as he used to do when he was a child. He started praying, "God of mercy, have mercy on me, according to your steadfast love, according to your abundant mercy." As he was praying, he remembered Joe, his mentor, and his advice during web development training. Joe had one time advised him to free from sexual experience until marriage. Charles had found it laughable at the time. How could a full-blooded man cope without sexual intimacy in this modern age? It didn't make sense to him. but now it made perfect sense in the hospital room. His conscience weighed heavily as memories flooded back of all the time he had engaged in sexual experiences with Judith and other women. He felt broken and empty. God, if you can give me another chance, I will never soil my body again, he vowed. When he opened his eyes after praying, behold, Joe was there. Upon seeing Joe, Charles cried profusely. Joe hugged him and calmed him down as Charles recounted how he lost everything, narrating all his effort and dreams that had just crashed in an instant. Sir, I know it's my fault. You advised us against sexual immorality, but I thought you were joking. This is the result, Charles lamented. After a moment of silence, Joe cleared his throat. Charles, it's good that this situation has connected you back to God. However, I want to make something clear. What happened might not be solely due to your sexual indulgences. It's more likely a result of your negligence. How can you create such an important file without a backup? I taught you Git and GitHub. I taught you many ways to back up your files. Why are you not using them? Why? Joe's frustration was evident. It hit Charles like a thunderbolt. How could he have made such a mistake? Joe continued, I understand this is your first big project. You are bound to make mistakes. I'm not here to judge you. I came with good news. When Charles heard the word good news, his headache instantly faded away. What the good news, sir? Joe looked at him and smiled. It seems God really wants to encourage your hard work, Charles. He answered your prayer even before you prayed. Please do not stop praying again. Do not stop praying ever again. Yes, sir, Charles said. I will take my spiritual life very seriously from now on, Charles vowed. Joe looked at him and saw his sincerity and continued. The good news is that the company reached out to me when they couldn't contact you, and I smartly covered for you. Wow! How, sir? Charles was confused but very excited at the same time. Joe explained further. I know you forgot that you sent me a copy of your app for review. I have a backup. I quickly opened it and did the presentation on your behalf and explained to them that you were having serious network issues. The directors in the Zoom call were impressed. They promised to authorize the payment of $30,000 within 2 days. Kindly check your email. I believe they must have sent you an email. Charles was almost dancing in his hospital bed. His frustration and pains left instantly as he shouted for Judith. Judith! Judith! Where is my phone? I want to check my email now. Judith searched through her bag and handed him his phone. When he opened his email, he could not believe his eyes. The company had sent an email congratulating him on a job well done and directed him to their branch in Lagos for paperwork and payment of $30,000. Wow! To the glory of God.